Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Benadin, and for today's video we are going to be talking about my favorite winter sunscreens. I'm a huge advocate for people wearing sunscreen in the winter because I used to have this idea that sunscreen is meant to be worn at the beach and it's meant to be worn in the summer. In the winter, we don't need it. In the fall, we don't need it. If there's no sun, we don't need it. If it's snowing, we don't need it. If it's raining, we don't need it. And I think I have completely changed my beliefs on that because science says otherwise, and so does my skin. So although there is less UVB rays, so those are the rays that are going to cause a lot of like your sunburns, your sunspots, you're going to see more of an effect like short term from those types of rays. There are a lot less of that in the winter in most areas, but there is still some, and the UVA rays are still going to contribute to increased signs of aging, so we want to protect our skin from that. If you're like me and you live in an area where there's snow, this is even more so the case because the snow is actually reflecting a lot of those rays, and you're gonna get that while you're driving in your car to work. You're gonna get that if you're sitting in front of a window. You're gonna get that if you are outside, like actually doing activities outside, like skiing or sledding or whatever. I'm not doing that because I'm staying myself inside where it's warm, but like you can still get damage that way. So for today's video, I'm gonna be talking about some of the sunscreens that I really like using in the winter, and these are gonna be sunscreens that can kind of be a replacement for your moisturizer, and then I'll also share some like very lightweight sunscreens that work really well to layer on top of maybe some of your heavier moisturizers that you're using in the winter as well. So the first one is the Dermatology Sheer Joy Sunscreen. It's an SPF 50+, and the active ingredients are zinc oxide 14.7% and titanium dioxide 3.5%. Well, this is a strictly mineral-based sunscreen. I like this one because it has some vitamin C, vitamin E, and pro-aging peptides in it, so you get some extra benefits as well. This is a very moisturizing, kind of on the heavier side type sunscreen, so I use it as a replacement for my moisturizer. I like this one because it wears nicely. There's no white cast even though it's mineral. Doesn't really have a fragrance, and I found that it reapplies pretty good. This does look very glowy, so if you are someone with oily skin or you don't like that look, this may not be for you, but I like that look in the winter time, and I find that I can just blot it if I'm getting a little bit too oily. It doesn't sting your eyes. I will say that it's not really the best with makeup. I think it's a little bit too heavy to wear underneath makeup, but as a standalone product, I really like it because it doesn't cause me any reactions or any breakouts or anything like that. The next one is the Olay Regenerist Mineral Sunscreen Hydrating Moisturizer. It's an SPF 30. The active ingredient is zinc oxide 17.5%. This is very similar to the Bergen Dermatology one. I'd say that the Bergen one is slightly more glowy than the Olay. I do like the Bergen one slightly more than the Olay one, and I just seem to be reaching for that more than Olay, so I'll just say that. This one is also fragrance free. It's lightweight. It does have a glowy finish to it, but it's not oily. The only thing about this one is it does take a little bit to sink in and for the white cast to disappear. So when you first apply it, you might see like a minimal cast, but I think when you wait like 15 minutes, the cast pretty much goes away. This is also one that I use as a replacement for my moisturizer because I find that it's moisturizing enough on its own, and it also sits really nicely underneath makeup. This one is fragrance free. It's not the best for reapplication because I think the more layers you put on, the more of a cast that you might get. So the next one that I feel like I've talked about quite a bit on my channel, but one that I think is a really good option for people looking for a tinted mineral sunscreen that have deeper skin tones is the COTZ Flawless Complexion Tinted Mineral Sunscreen. It is an SPF 50, and the active ingredients I think is zinc oxide 20%. I like this one for the winter because like the others, it is very hydrating. Definitely one that you can use to replace your moisturizer. It gives you a nice natural to dewy finish. I didn't find that this one was as shiny as the Bergen Dermatology one, but it is still giving you that like glowier finish to it. This one also doesn't sting your eyes. I found that it reapplied really nicely. It wears great underneath makeup. It works great solo, and it's just a good option overall. I will say that the tint is very specific. Some people experience more of a white cast from the tint than others. I didn't have any issues with it, and I found that the tint worked for my skin tone overall. So, okay, so now we're kind of getting into the more lightweight type sunscreen. So these, you may need to wear moisturizer underneath in the winter, but it works really well to layer on top of your other products, and it doesn't leave it feeling any heavier or stickier. So these are the types of sunscreens where I might wear a more moisturizing moisturizer, a more hydrating moisturizer under, and then put this on top and get that lightweight finish. These are also ones that if I'm wearing makeup and I know I have other products going on top of it, that I'll probably reach for more than the others. The first one is the HYGEE Vegan Sun Cream. This is SPF 50+. The active ingredients in here is Uvinol A+, Tenosorb S, Uvinol T150, and amyloxate Parasol SLX. The HYGEE Vegan Sunscreen is a Korean sunscreen, and they have some third-party testing. A con with this one is it does contain alcohol, and you can smell the alcohol, but it does go away when you wear it for a little bit. Even though it does have alcohol, I still found that it was pretty moisturizing and lightweight. The finish is kind of like a normal finish. This is a really great option for people who actually reapply their sunscreen multiple times a day, because it's so lightweight that when you reapply, it still looks good by the like third, fourth reapplication. And it also wears really nicely under makeup because it's also so lightweight, and it's one that I think that I can wear in the winter and also kind of tweak it to wear it in the summer as well. The next one is the NIVEA Sun Water Gel, and this one is lightweight. So if you want a sunscreen that feels like you have nothing on, this is a great option. The actives in here are octinoxate, Uvinol T150, and Uvinol A+. This one applies really easily, it dries down very quickly, and I think that it works for a lot of skin types because it's so lightweight. So if you're someone who needs more moisture under, it's a good one to put like a thick moisturizer under and then put it on top. And then if you're someone who doesn't like all of that, they are very oily and want like the bare minimum on their face, this is one that you can wear as well. So I really like that you're able to kind of layer things underneath and make it work. So definitely one that works for both winter and summer, but for the winter I like it because it's so lightweight. Also one that wears really nicely underneath makeup. So if you know that you're gonna have other things going on top of the sunscreen, this is a good one to wear underneath. It doesn't cause any separation or any breakup or anything, and it's just so lightweight that it feels like you just don't have anything on, and we love that. The last one is the SUPERGOOP Unseen Sunscreen, and you guys know I love this sunscreen specifically for the summer. It's different because it has kind of that silicone-y kind of primer feel to it. It is a chemical sunscreen, and I definitely prefer it more in the summer, but if I do wear it in the winter, which I think you still can, this is one that I layer my products underneath really nicely and then I put it on top, and it is mattifying, so that's also nice if I know that I'm wearing a very glowy moisturizer and very hydrating moisturizer that's gonna leave me looking dewy. I can put the SUPERGOOP on top to kind of tame the dew a little bit. Also one that wears nicely with makeup because like I said, the feel of it is like a primer type feel, and I just feel like it layers very nicely underneath makeup. So that's another good option if you like more of that primer consistency but you don't know how to make it work for the winter. Just layer stuff underneath, girl, and then add that on top and it works. That's everything. I feel like I was talking a lot and talking very fast. So those are all of my recommendations. I feel like you can honestly make any sunscreen work for the winter. You just kind of have to adjust the way that you layer it. But these are the ones that I have been liking this winter and I think can work for a lot of different skin types and skin tones. So if you've tried any of these sunscreens and you love them, let me know. If you tried them and you hated them and you do not agree with me, also let me know, because we're all different. We may not like the same things. Let me know nicely in the comment section. And that'll be it for today's video. I will see you guys all in the next one. Bye!